What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So the other day I did a video about how I broke the axle on my Bafang G62 1000-watt rear hub motor. And shortly after I put that video out, I got an email from Bryce. Sent in an email. And he said, "Hey brother, just watching your video. Paused it to say you're not alone. The same thing happened to my G62 with welded clutch from Grin. My axle broke right where the axle rests inside the dropouts. I didn't even see it at first until I pulled at the dropout. It would make a small thump each time it regened, and I could feel it through the bike. Grin wasn't interested in repairing it, even though I was willing to pay 100% of the bill. I think they're probably not interested in repairing it because it's just easier to buy a new motor, right? Like, these things only cost a couple $100 for the motor. So it's just one of those things where if there's something broke inside of it and it's going to take more than $200 worth of parts and labor to fix it, then you might as well just buy a whole new motor, you know? So let's go back to the email. I was told the torque arm should have been installed on the weaker side of the axle with the cable, as it's thinner and most likely to fail. So this is part, I thought it was the opposite way around. I thought in the manual for the V7 torque arm, it said to put it on the strong side of the axle, and that's why I went to such great lengths to put it on my drive side of my bike, and I had to grind off part of my derailleur and stuff. So maybe after I'm done looking at this email, we can go double check the manual about that. But yeah. So Grintech, I remember they had some recommendations about which side of the axle to install that torque arm on, so we can double check on that. So Bryce's axle was 12 millimeters as well. I ended up buying a new G62 without regen and transplanted it into the laced wheel after removing the core with broken axle. You definitely can see the difference in top end speed without a locked clutch, as it definitely causes a little drag. I miss my regen, and I'm not sure how to swap out an axle. Imagine it involves using a press, which I don't have. I hope you can find a solution, and I can watch and learn from your experience. I wired up a 1000-watt BBS HD to a phase runner and wired in a L1019 cable thanks to your tutorial. So much respect. Thanks for your content." So that's the email from Bryce. He attached a video. Let's take a look at it.
Hey Bubs, it's Bryce here from Canada, in Vancouver here. I'm just let you know that you're not alone. Look at it. Got the exact same thing here that you happened to you. The broken axle. Boom. But mine's on the cable side, which sucks. I ended up buying a new hub motor without regen and just swapped out the core and put it in this one here. This is one I drive, and I just ended up putting the new core into that outer shell there, and just put the old broken one into this shell. So this looks like a new shell, but this is actually 190. Grins wasn't interested in fixing it. I offered to pay whatever they wanted to fix it, and they weren't interested. It was too much work for them. So I'm hoping maybe I could watch you fix it and learn how to do something from you, and maybe I'm interested to see what you come up with, because you always come up with the good stuff. So I think I emailed you before about so the fuel weakening, because I had the same issue. My phase runner that I bought was limited in fuel weakening, and I ended up buying an older model for this here baby, and so now I can do more fuel weakening, which I enjoy quite thoroughly. Anyway, love your stuff. I hope you come up with a fix, man, and I feel for you. It sucks ass big time, and it's lucky you didn't get hurt, like you said. Okay, take care, buddy.
Alright, very interesting video there that Bryce emailed me. So he broke his axle. Looks like his broke on the... So his broke on the opposite side. His broke on the non-drive side with the disc rotor. So that's where the cable exits. And I think that's where you would expect the axle to break on these motors, is at the weak point on that side where they drill the hole through the axle for the cable to come out of it. So on Bryce's, his did break on that weaker hollow side of the axle. Mine actually broke on the solid side of the axle, which was kind of interesting. So in retrospect, thanks Bryce, by the way, for that email and let me know about that. So it's good to know that other people had this problem too. Good to know. So yeah, it seems like in retrospect might not want to do regen with the Bafang geared hub motor if your axle is an M12 axle. Bafang does make the motors now with an M14 axle, which is quite a bit stronger when it comes to braking the axle. Right, so I think I might try the geared hub regen again in the future. But I'm gonna have to buy a motor that has the M14 axle. So let's see here. So I don't think I'm gonna go fact check like all of this and look at the manual for the torque arm again. Like I remember reading that manual and they said to install it on one side of the dropouts or the other. It seems like these motors, it's kind of like 50-50. Which side of the dropouts the axle is gonna shear or is just gonna snap on. So I don't know, guys. If you're gonna try regen braking with the Bafang G62 that's on the M12 axles, I would get the V7 torque arms. Get 2 of them. Get 1 V7 torque arm on each side to make sure that motor isn't twisting in the dropouts at all. Because I only bought 1 V7 torque arm, and it was holding the motor very tightly on that one side of the dropouts, but then the motor was still able to twist around. And the axle snapped. So if you're going to do geared hub regen, get 2 V7 torque arms. I would try it that way. I'm going to try it again in the future with the M14 axle on a different bike probably. But so this is all very interesting. So thanks Bryce for sending that in and letting us know that I'm not the only one with the snapped axle on my Bafang G62 from doing regen. And yeah, stay tuned. I'll mess around with it more in the future, guys. But for now, probably for the rest of this winter, till I can figure out something better. Till I can figure out an M14 axle on a different motor and a different bike and get 2 V7 torque arms on it, I'm probably just going to be taking it easy and riding without regen. So, yeah. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Show you guys that I'm not the only one with that problem. Make sure you like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more geared hub regen adventures here on the e-bike builder channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Let me know how this video sounds. I'm on a different computer now. We're on Linux, so we're on a different computer. Let me know how it sounds and how it looks. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Later, bobbies.